Hey guys, before getting into part 3, the final episode in my Hiking the Everest Three Passes Trek in Nepal vlog series, I wanted to let you know that the doors are currently open for the Confident Solo Female Backpacker System. The Confident Solo Female Backpacker System is a self-paced online backpacking program designed to help women go from "I could never do that" to confidently planning and completing their own solo overnight backpacking trips. Click the link down in the description below to schedule a free one-on-one Zoom call with me where you'll learn more about this program and see if it's a good fit for you and your backpacking goals. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy the video. Little did I know when I woke up this morning that this would be the hardest day of my life. From Dzongla, we'd have an almost 6-mile hike up to Cho La Pass, which sits at 17,782 feet or 5,420 meters.
Good morning!
Good morning.
Cho La Pass is slightly higher in elevation than Everest Base Camp. Since I was still feeling really sick, our guide Prakash took my GoPro and documented our entire trek up to the pass.
Good morning, Kathleen!
Good morning.
You can do it!
For this entire day of the trek, I felt like a shell of a human. Even though I was surrounded by 360 degrees of sheer beauty, I'd be hiking over a glacier and up to one of the world's tallest passes, all I could focus on was putting one foot in front of the other. Thankfully, everyone else in the group was feeling pretty strong and having a good time.
This is the Rianne Cam coming to you live from Cho La Pass, where I'm about to walk across a glacier. Oh my goodness. I'll report to you after I'm done.
I will say something?
Oh, this is Rianne reporting to you live from the Cho La Pass Glacier. I'm about to go cross that right there. See you on the other side.
Oh!
Thought that was gonna kill me.
We did it! We love it!
This is Ryan reporting to you live from the top of Cho La Pass, where I just walked across the glacier. I did some running on a glacier. And the incredible hungry hiker, also known as one of my best friends, Kathleen, just hiked her sick self up a mountain while practically dying. But she's a survivor, and she did it. So now we're here at the top of the world. I'm just gonna pan around so you can see it behind me. We got some Prakash happening over here. We got some Kathleen happening over here. We've got some mountains. Got some glaciers back there. That's all. Love me.
And if getting up to the top of the pass wasn't hard enough, coming down on the other side was equally as hard. Thankfully, there were cables for most of the way to help guide us down, and the scenery was incredible. I woke up this morning still feeling pretty sick, even though I was on day 6 of taking my antibiotics. Today was going to be a much easier day than the day before, with only a 4-mile hike from Dragnag to Gokyo. Along the way, we get to hike over another glacier, the Ngozumpa Glacier, before making our way up and over into Gokyo. The Ngozumpa Glacier is the longest glacier in Nepal and in the Himalayas.
Right now we're here at Gokyo Lake! Whoa!
Woohoo! Made it!
That's me. Yeah. That's me. Yeah. Stubborn. Yeah. This morning, we had one more pass to hike up and over, Renjo La Pass, which stands at 17,560 feet or 5,360 meters. This would be the last high-altitude pass we'd have to hike up for our trek. With how sick I was feeling, I knew I wasn't going to be able to hike up to this pass on my own, but I knew once we made it to the top, we would start descending down to a lower elevation, making this the last high elevation point for our trek. For $150, I opted for a horse ride to just below the top of the pass. Up until this point in my life, I'd only ridden a horse once, which was last year, and I was terrified the entire time. My only option at this point was to face one of my fears and ride Sassy to the top of the pass. A helicopter ride out of here would have been $1,800, and even then, it wasn't a guarantee. Here's to facing your fears.
Good morning.
Hello.
Namaste. This is Rhiannon McDonald coming to you live from a bus stop on Renjo La Pass. I was gonna try to catch the bus for like $1 to get, way up there, but it seems like the buses aren't coming through today. I thought about, hitchhiking, but I haven't seen a car in like 10 days. A helicopter is like $1,800. I don't have that. There's a horse for like $200, but that ship has sailed. It's on its way to the top right now. So it seems like these 2 feet are what's gonna get me there. See you at the top. Proof of water intake.
Meet my new best friend, Sassy. Thanks, Sassy. I can now check my fear of riding horses off my fear list. Renjo La Pass was gorgeous.
This is Rhiannon McDonald reporting to you from the top of
That's
Renjo Pass.
right, we are here.
I waited for that bus, but the bus never came, so I had to walk up here. That walk was powered by 1 cup of milk coffee, 3 bites of toast with jam, 2 bites of Snickers courtesy of Candace, and 1.5 liters of water. Not sponsored, but so much liquid IV because I'm an addict. And then here's Kathleen. She rode the horse.
My hike up here was powered by Sassy, the horse. He did all the work. We became one, and I overcame my fear of riding horses. It was a good time.
At the top of the pass, we were all reunited with one another, including all of our porters, for a French fry party. And then it was time to start descending for the rest of our trek as we headed towards London for the night. Today was the day we'd finally head back down to 11,000 feet at Namche Bazaar, where we'd meet up with the other ladies in our group who had turned around a week earlier at Dingboche due to having altitude sickness. Once in Namche, we met up with the rest of our crew for afternoon tea and local baked goods, walked around and did some souvenir shopping, bought some essentials, took a well-deserved hot shower, and had pizza for dinner.
You know, they're going to keep you in the hospital at least 2 days.
Obviously.
Yes, I think I would love to have this to. Well, you're gonna let us know.
Oh yeah, no, we've been talking about it already.
His nose. Proof of life. Not great. Still have a nose, kind of. These all look beautiful. The passport.
The passport in the tree. See, like I can see the bag falling down. The passport. What did you do? Like, did you have the?
Today, we'd be hiking the 5 miles back to Lukla, marking this the last official day of hiking along our trek.
These ladies have seen some shit.
Once in Lukla, we ended our trek right back where we officially started it from 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations, guys!
Our guide surprised us with a delicious batch of locally made samosas.
Oh my god.
Samosa for life.
We went and checked out the area around the Lukla airport, and there might have been a few shenanigans captured on the Lukla airport live webcam. spent a considerable amount of time in this local coffee shop, sharing stories from our trek, and then finished out the day with a celebratory dinner with our guides and porters. Sometimes getting out of Lukla can be challenging. Flights in and out of Lukla only operate if the weather is clear, otherwise the airport gets shut down. Just as we were getting ready to get on our flight back to Kathmandu, the airport was shut down due to overcast weather. So the adventure continued for us. Prakash was able to get us on a couple helicopter rides that would take us to the Ramachop airport. The first 5 ladies in our group took the first helicopter ride while the rest of us stayed back in Lukla, waiting for the helicopter to return. After a quick lunch at the airport, it was our turn for a helicopter ride to Ramachop, and it was awesome. After arriving in Ramachop, we were all reunited again and hopped in a taxi van and slowly made the 6+ hour drive back to Kathmandu over some spicy mountain roads.
Sometimes silly, sometimes band, oh.
By the time we finally got back into Kathmandu, we were all exhausted and had just enough energy to have one more celebratory dinner together. The next morning, we packed up our stuff, said goodbye to the hotel, went back to Western Tandoori for one more meal, and then headed to the airport where we'd all fly back home. Even though our trek didn't go as we had originally planned, I learned a very valuable lesson. As someone who is always in a leadership role for these group trips, I learned that it's okay to not always be the strongest person in the group, and that it's equally important to accept help whenever I need it and when it's offered to me. Help can come in the form of sitting out a hard day to rest, letting someone else carry my pack, allowing someone to listen and comfort me when I've reached my physical and mental limit, or riding a sweet horse named Sassy up to the top of a pass. We all came on this trip with personal goals, hopes, dreams, and desires, but this trek was challenging. Every one of us in the group had a moment or few of struggles along the way. For 18 days as a group, we quickly became a family who looked out for one another and took care of each other whenever someone needed it. What made this trek so special and the journey of a lifetime was not just seeing all the beautiful mountains, getting to travel over glaciers, meeting local wildlife, indulging in delicious tea and food daily, riding in a helicopter, or getting to experience the long long, adventurous drive back to Kathmandu on crazy mountain roads. It was getting to receive all of the love, support, and strength from both of our guides, all of our amazing porters, and this incredible group of women. Thank you to each and every one of you for helping to make this trip an experience I'll always reflect back on with a full heart and will never forget.
Yeah, you rub that neck over there on that pole and fight it out with your friend. I see you.
You like to say something?
To the top.
Guys, enjoying the dance and this beautiful scenery.
I thought that was gonna kill me. I thought for sure that was it.